Good morning, students. My name is Icse Matthew and I am your computer teacher. Okay, so in your syllabus, your first chapter is about operating system. First, we'll study the introduction of this chapter and then we'll be going on to the main topic, that is operating system. Okay, so all of you know that a computer has got two components. What are they? Hardware and software. What do you mean by hardware? Hardware are parts of computer that we can touch and see. What do you mean by that? Our human body has got some parts like hands, legs, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, etc. And these are parts of the body that we can touch and see with our eyes. Similarly, a computer also has got some parts like we can touch and see. For example, keyboard, mouse, printer. These are parts of the computer, devices of the computer that we have touched with our hand. All of you have typed inside a keyboard. All of you have scrolled a mouse with your hands. You have seen a movie inside a monitor. Okay, so hardware means they are part of the computer that we can touch and see. And what do you mean by software? Software is a set of instructions that tell computer what to do. What do you mean by that? I have said you that our human body has got some parts like hands, legs, nose, mouth, ears, etc. and we can touch them. And we cannot move these parts or we cannot do any activities with these parts on their own. They need instructions from somewhere. And our brain is the one who gives that instruction. For example, I want to clap my hands. I can clap my hands only if the brain gives instructions to my hands to clap. Similarly, computer also cannot work on their own. They need instructions from somewhere like what to do, when to do, where to do. All this should come to them in the form of instructions. And software is the one who gives instructions to a computer. Okay. So that is what we mean by a software. Again, a software of a computer is again divided into two types. One is system software and another one is application software. And what do you mean by system software? System software is the one who manages all operations inside a computer. What do you mean by that? We know that our brain is the one who manages or controls all operations inside our body. Similarly, system software is the one who manages and controls all operations inside a computer. And we know that without our brain functioning, our body cannot do anything. Similarly, inside a computer, without a system software, a computer cannot function properly. Okay, so system software is the one that manages all operations inside a computer. For example, our brain. Okay, and what do you mean by an application software? Application softwares are the one which are used for specific purpose. What do you mean by that? All of you have used the application known as MS Paint. For what we use that application? It has been used for drawing pictures inside a computer. And I want to write a letter inside a computer, or I want to do some type of documentation. Which application can I use? I'll be using MS Word. And again, I want to create a table. I want to do some type of calculations. Which application will I use? I'll be using MS Excel. So, inside a computer, there are some softwares which are used for some specific purposes. That is, MS Paint is used for drawing pictures. MS Word is used for writing purpose. MS Excel is used for worksheet purpose. So, application software means they are the softwares which are used for some specific purposes. Example, MS Paint, MS Word, MS Excel, etc. Okay. So, this is how a computer is divided. That is, a computer is first divided into hardware and software is again divided into system software and application software. Okay. So, now we'll be studying about the main topic, that is operating system. What is the first point given? Operating system is a type of system software. You know what a system software is. That is, system software is the one that manages all operations inside a computer. And a computer cannot function properly without a system software. Take the example of our brain. That is, brain is the one that manages all operations inside our body, and our body cannot function without our brain or without the instructions that coming from brain. Okay, so operating system is a type of system software. Then what is the definition given for an operating system? Operating system is an interface between user and computer system. What do you mean by that? We know that a computer cannot understand the language that we humans speak. That is, it doesn't know English, Spanish, Chinese, or the languages that we human knows. What computer understands is only ones and zeros. That is binary form. And we human doesn't know this binary form, that is ones and zeros. So, a communication gap comes between user and computer. That is where an operating system comes. That is, operating system acts as an interface or a middleman between the user and computer. That is, whatever information I have to tell to the computer, first that information passes on to the operating system. And operating system is the one that communicate them to the computer in the form of ones and zeros. Similarly, if a computer want to communicate with a user, first that information goes on to the operating system, and operating system will be converting them into the form or the language that we human know. So, this is how an operating system acts between a user and computer. Okay, so operating system is an interface between the user and computer system. This is the definition of an operating system. Okay. This figure is to show you the position or how an operating system works inside a computer. This is a structure of a computer, and inside this we can look how a operating system works inside a computer. Okay, and in this figure you can see there is a user, there is an application software, an operating system and hardware. Okay, so think of me as the user of computer. I want to watch a movie inside the computer. So what I will be doing, first I will switch on my computer and I will be taking any one of the application software. For example, here I am taking VLC player. Here I am taking VLC player, application software named as VLC player for watching movie. Okay, and I have told you that whatever information a user want to communicate with the system, it will first pass on through the operating system, and operating system is the one that convert or translate them into the form that is understandable by a computer. So here I have opened an application software named as VLC player, and whatever instructions are present inside this software passes on to the operating system. And operating system will be converting them or translating them into the form that is understandable by the hardware device of the computer. And which is the hardware device that we use for seeing a movie? Here we will be using a monitor. Okay. So, whatever instructions are present inside the software VLC player passes on to the operating system, and operating system will convert them into the form that is understandable by the hardware device, that is monitor. Okay, this is how I can watch a movie inside the computer. And always remember that operating system is mandatory inside a computer. A computer cannot function properly without an operating system. For example, your mother is the person who coordinates all activities inside your house. Okay, like she cooks food for you, she washes your clothes, she plays with you, she teaches you. All these things happens in an orderly manner. And think of a situation like she leaves your house for a day or a two. What happens? Things will get messed up. That is, nothing will happen in an orderly manner. Similarly, inside a computer, without an operating system, things will get messed up. Nothing will happen in a coordinated manner. So, operating system is a mandatory inside a computer. Okay. Next topic is types of operating system. There are 3 types of operating system. First one is single user, single task. From the name itself you can understand what it is. That is, only one user is allowed to use the computer at a time, and he can do only one task at a time. Only one person allowed to use the computer and he can do only one task. Okay. And example is the plan operating system. This was the operating system that we used in our earlier days. Now we are not using this operating system. And second one is single user multitask. That is, only one person is allowed to use the computer at a time, but he can do multiple tasks. For example, a person can type something inside the MS Word. At the same time, he can listen to a music. At the same time, he can download a movie inside the YouTube. That is, a person can do 3 activities at the same time. That is single user multitask. Examples are Windows and Mac operating system. And third type is multi-user operating system. That is, many people can use a computer at a time and they can do the same task at a time. In all this, in the first 2 cases, only one user is allowed to use the computer. But in third case, that is multi-user, many users can use. And they can do the same task at a time. Okay. And examples of Linux, Unix and Windows. So, with this, I am completing my today's section. And within this video, I will be uploading the notes of the respective classes that I have taken. Okay, and please note down that in your notebook and also revise what I have taught you today. Okay, thank you.